Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Canal Town. Canal Town? Wait, no, this is Isolated City. There is no canals in here, boys. Welcome back to another episode. Well, last episode, guys, we built a brand new cargo airport. We built it on a brand new island, which is now separating the amount of planes that are coming into the area, into the islands, into the city, and distributing a little bit more evenly so that one airport is not completely overloaded. We've kind of taken a little bit of the heat off it. And also recently, guys, we've kind of managed to solve some of our kind of industrial issues. And the only issue we got left to solve right now is this commercial issue. Now, before we jump into it, guys, if you are enjoying the series and want to see more, then make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. I actually really like this. I like that it's on this sandy island because it just kind of gives you that feel that at any moment the planes can just kind of roll off and land into the sea. It's quite hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. Now, we have this issue going on right now, and it's mainly happening. Would I be right to say it's mainly happening in the pedestrianised area? There's some commercial around here that's not really suffering. Pedestrianised area over here, which is kind of suffering quite bad. To be honest with you, there's actually a kind of commercial over here suffering too, and over here there too. So it's not predominantly the kind of pedestrianised area. I think that's the one that's being suffered the most because when you go to a normal commercial area, it's just a vehicle driving to it. These ones, there's an extra stage. The vehicle drives to the service point, and then the vehicle from the service point then drives to the building. So there's like an extra step for them to get their goods. And I could be wrong in saying this, but my thought process is right now, when I take a look at the industry, I only have over here, that's the normal industry. This is normal industry there. Then all the other industry around is zoned specialized industry. Now, I have this sneaky suspicion, this sneaky feeling that, yes, we've solved all the industrial problems. They're now getting all their goods. But I kind of feel like I don't have enough normal industry to produce the goods that these guys require. They're telling me right now that there's not enough goods to sell. That's pretty much what every single one of them is kind of complaining about right now. Now, I could import it, but I don't know why. For some reason, they're not really importing many goods. I mean, to be honest with you, when you take a look at it right now, the majority of our imports are goods, which kind of shows us that we are not producing enough goods. So we've kind of solved the issue, but our next issue is I need more industry, which might bring my previous issue back, or with the fact that what we've done recently could have just solved it to allow me to grow my industry. Oh, I don't know. It's a huge minefield. So that's what I want to do today. I'm going to try and implement some more generic industry. I might do a zoned area for some like Industry 4.0 and kind of get like a little bit of extra boost on the go. And we also implemented this last episode as well. And this is based off your boy Snowy's great suggestion of placing down the specialized industry but no resource underneath. So it produces a zoned type of good, which I thought was a pretty cool move. So let's utilize what I can around here to kind of specialize a new region of a new area. So if I kind of go, oh no, hang on, that's attaching to that area there, isn't it? So if I create a brand new one right now, I actually don't know where it's going to truly go and how much I'm going to be able to zone around here. Even if it is kind of a good idea, I don't know, but I'll make it quite large. We'll bring it down here as well, and I don't know if these roads are also zonable. I'm not too sure what type of roads these are. But if I get all that in there, just making sure that I don't ruin any of my stuff too much. And we should be able to get away with it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll do a new area over here, which we'll quickly zone. Going straight down. Does it need to be a new area, or can it be kind of added into this? I can't get... Oh, do you know what I should have done? It's just got this. Spread it over. That way I can just zone the one area and it all be the same stuff. Gonna go through all of this here. I know it's quite long-winded me doing this right now, but there we go. There we go. We'll start with here, right, as a little bit of like a Industry 4.0 kind of type of policy. I think that's the correct way I want to go. Generic industry, you don't have to kind of do it. It's already set to be like that. And then if I go to policies, city planning, is it Industry 4.0 what I'm thinking of? This here, new technology, blah, blah, blah. Increase production by 50%, reduces workplaces by 30%. Okay, we'll go with that one. So less people work there, but double the output, basically, is what pretty much happens. So yes, what I thought, not all these areas and roads can be zoned right now, so we're going to have to kind of switch some of this up. But I'll get what I can down to begin with. I know it's quite a high traffic area already, but we'll just kind of squeeze what I can in. And it'll be nice to kind of add a few additional roads to this area. So let me just go to our Royal Star Road that we've kind of got on the go right now. And I'll bring this down. How far do I bring it down? Should I bring it to like the complete 30 there? Let's bring it to that complete 30. And I could bring this down to 30 as well, but I reckon we'll just do like a little bit of a simple 10 by 10 bend, just to add a little bit of character to finalize this area. Which obviously will zone all of this industry. This is going to be quite a busy area now as well. So I think we'll just leave it as that for now and just see how that gets on. We should start to see quite an increase in the traffic. So we got to be a little bit wary about that and how we're going to be doing this. You can already see right now this is kind of slightly bulking up a little bit more. But who knows? Who knows? Crazier things have happened, boys. Crazier things have happened. So not saying that's going to solve all my issues though, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with the extra industry that we have. Will it start to kind of, you know, spill out to the goods being produced over there? So that's just normal Industry 4.0. We'll let it kind of build up right now. We'll let it spend that demand and we'll see how we get on. Now, I know I've got a little bit of a kind of issue over here, and I think it's noise pollution that these guys are suffering from the most, which makes sense. There's, you know, 2 train lines in kind of that kind of aspect. There's a highway going across at the top right now. There's a harbor over here. And I did an experiment quite some time ago, which showed us that trees are a natural noise pollution sound barrier. So, not saying that this is going to work, but noise pollution, press the play mode. It's mainly over here, isn't it? If I pause right now and just quickly go through all of this, watch it slightly reduce. You see how it reduced there? It's so cool how trees are like a natural sound barrier. And I think we should also kind of think about this logically as well, like in the long run, in areas in which we can kind of reduce it more. But that was pretty cool, man. So not by much, but it all kind of helps because you can see that they're complaining about the noise, and hopefully that issue will then slowly kind of drip down because of noise pollution. So we'll see how that changes. They will need to go to see a doctor to get their ears checked out, but I find that really cool. Like you can kind of do. I always forget that's kind of like a little bit of like a hidden feature in the game. Well, it's not hidden, but like not many people utilize it. Not many people do utilize it. So industry is now all building up, which is pretty sweet. But is there anywhere else? Okay, so these tourist areas over here also needing the goods as well. Is there anywhere else I can maybe squeeze some industrial areas like that? I know I got this little patch down here. Oh, some people ask me, yo, Seniac, where's the fishing industry? It's here, guys. I seen 2 comments on the last episode saying, Seniac, you're an island right now. Where's the fishing industry? Guys, it's right here. Do you not remember this episode? You damn fools. But yeah, it's all in. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Okay. So, lady was going to do. I do also have, if I quickly pause and delete these power lines, I might need to... No, actually, I don't need to add that back in. Because the power should be spreading at this point. But I've got enough right now that where I can add in some more zone in here for the residential. And we'll bring this further down as well. Bam, and then straight in. Create that beautiful connection just there. And I'm just going to bulk it all up with residential. I'm literally just going to bulk the whole thing up with residential right now. And how far do I take it down? So I reckon to about there before the commercial kicks in. But I'm going to drop in some high density commercial here. And I'll take it as far as just there before the rest of the residential here all kicks in as well. I reckon I'll bring that just to there and leave it as that, because that's where the train station then kind of comes into play. It's all not got water, interestingly. There we go. So again, that spends both of those demands to hopefully then utilize it and grow it, to then hopefully grow a little bit more of the industrial. Now, do we have the fire emergency services around here? We do have one. Is it worth maybe implementing the fire helicopter depot just kind of locally nearby? I don't think that would be such a bad idea. It will enable us to kind of give us a little bit of a better coverage. But I reckon, again, where's the best place for it? Over here is not a bad idea. Is this a highway style road? It is, isn't it? It's a one-way highway style road. I reckon we should maybe look towards zoning this out slightly so we can build upon it. So I do like my one-way. Let me pause it. My one-way kind of like normal road, I can actually do it 2 lanes. Just to kind of bulk it up a little bit bigger. I know the previous one was 1 lane. But it just bulks it up a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll go with that. So I'm able then to kind of come off this to kind of build with it. And what I'll do is I'll initially build. We'll come up to about 20. It should be fine. Okay, it's not really 20, but I'll go with it. Go with that kind of distance. So I can build the fire... Or, yeah, are they called fire helicopters? What are they called? Fire helicopter. Yes, it's called a fire helicopter depot. Place you in. There we go. So, just give some coverage nearby for helicopters to fly over, which is great. I don't think we have the same variation in police, do we? Yes, we do, which is perfect. I'll place you just here. And they do need water and power. So, connect you to there. Connect you to there. So power needs to be spread over every so slightly. Bring it over like that. So just some more localized services nearby, seeing as we up in the demand of the buildings around it. And already the fire helicopter is already on the way. What's great about it, as it flies to and from over this, it can dunk in the water to pick up some stuff to then put the fires out. So, you know, it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone in many ways. Right, not liking the look of this being as bulky as it is. And that the vehicles will have to slow down. There's a lot of vehicles now slightly tearing through this area. I mean, it doesn't cause huge jams. It doesn't cause huge jams, but it is going to kind of become quite the issue. Now, I wonder why they're choosing to go a little bit of a zigzag. Are the speed limits different? These speed limits here are set to 80, so I wonder. I mean, I get it. They're wiggling through. Oh no, that's the issue. They can't go straight ahead. Oh, that's the issue. While they're all turning that way. Let's see how much different movement we see right now. Anybody want to go straight ahead? All right, there we go. There we go. So not all vehicles will obviously update their routes. But yeah, I didn't realize I wasn't letting them to go straight ahead. So all this industrial right now is almost coming to its final kind of end right now. I mean, there's still a few more bits and bobs here and there. We'll try and squeeze a bit more in. I won't go all the way up to the edge like that. We'll kind of cover this side. And we'll spend it there, and there. Beautiful. So it might reduce my imports. We're doing 109 right now. It's definitely reduced it. But we're not really seeing much of a difference over here yet. I don't think it's enough time passed by to see much of a difference. I think this is one of those things over the next few episodes we'll start to see a little bit more of a difference right now. But what about around here? We seem to have the ability as well to kind of fill these areas up with generic industry. But oh no, I can't do it there because it's already zoned to be oil. We have it over here. Offices are also another good one as well. We can kind of implement and squeeze in. So if I place them down there, offices are a great kind of solution to, you know, the low traffic kind of side of it. So if I place all these in here, these, you know, also create like a good buffer between the industrial area and the residential. And I can build these around this junction again because it's all low traffic. So more industry that will squeeze itself through. And it's not too busy now on this doing the little zigzag. We're seeing vehicles go straight ahead. So, yeah, apart from this jam here. You're never going to win, boys. You're never going to win. Is this a 2-laner? It's just a normal style country. Well, not country lane, but like, it's just a bit thicker, isn't it? With a higher speed limit. It's not an additional lane. That's all that is. Right, sweet. Okay. Let that do what it's got to do. Are these guys still complaining? What is the medical coverage around here anyway? Okay. Oh, it's not the... I say it's not the best. We do have a hospital there. But between these two, there's not really much going on. So I'm going to build a little hospital just here. Let's just kind of come off there. And I'm going to bring it by 4 more. And... I was going to say, I could bend it round, but I'm not going to do that. We'll do a 4x4 bend. That was not 4x4. 4x4, just to kind of then end it like that. Just create a little bit of a turn. You know, for the aesthetics, boys. The aesthetics. Oh, the medical helicopter depot. That's also a good one too. But I want to squeeze the big boy hospital on the corner. And then we'll kind of come off it just here. Like that. We won't be able to fit the helicopter one in. It's a little bit way too big for us. Oh, do you know what? It's not actually that big. I could actually fit that in if I just slightly adjusted these. So if I went up to there instead. Oh, that is perfect. And then I'm just going to drop a couple of crems in. Give us that ultimate coverage. That worked out pretty well. Right, has he got water? Almost. Has he got power? Not really. So just a little bit more coverage for the support of these services close by. And how is this industrial area now going along? So we were still importing. It's down to 90. So those numbers are reducing as we do build more industry. So it's always good to see. And it'll be interesting to see how it all eventually kind of balances out. That traffic kind of issue there has subsided. So quite happy about that. I'm quite happy about that. Okay, that's glorious. Absolutely amazing, boys. Amazing. Do we have many other traffic issues elsewhere? Do you know what? We kind of need to go through all of this again and kind of see what's going down. So we're okay with the power. Water is okay at the moment. Great. Garbage. Ooh. Okay. Garbage issues. Now we have them pumping out so much stuff over here. Is there an ability to squeeze something a lot smaller going down there? There is. These little recycling centers. I could do incinerators. They do pollute. But they also produce a bit of power. Now, a capacity, I've got this one over here as well, the large advanced one, but that's way too big. Same with the large recycling center, way too big. I've got a bunch of transfer facilities, but I feel like we might have to slightly go down the incineration route versus this. It does have a 27 vehicle capacity. So if I dropped 2 there, and at the opposite end, 1, 2. I know we're going quite greenish, but needs must at this point. Needs must. So we do have a landfill storage, which is this is all based on these kind of transfer facilities. But our processing status then kind of increases quite nicely. So that will burn a lot of the garbage as well. But also provide us a lot of vehicles being pumped out, which is also going to cause a lot of issues on this dragger road as well. So issues we've got is, straight away, it would be handy if this was a bulked up road. So if I get one of the 4-lane roads, which is this one here, 4-lane roads, no parking. So if I just upgrade that to that, it gives us the ability to kind of have double turn in, double turn off. So give it a moment to kind of update and what jazz. I don't feel like a roundabout is adequate. and I don't feel like building some type of overpass is adequate as well, it might be a case that I might have to adjust this to utilize both sides. But in terms of the lanes here, we have that turn, that turn, that becomes that turn, that becomes this turn, that's straight on, that's straight on. So I've hardwired it to kind of be like that, but these guys are predominantly going to want to turn out to go this way. So it might be a case that I have to kind of build a little bit of an overpass for the vehicles heading out, which is quite fun to kind of maybe think about doing, because it will enable my flow a lot more. Yeah, let's build an overpass. So back into pausing with this then. To be honest with you, I could reduce this back down to a normal rural road. Come and give me that little bit of spacing. But if I just kind of cancel that for now, and if I kind of then put this on stilts, I don't know how this is going to play out because it's so close to these buildings. I don't really have the room to maneuver here. But it's up by a 7. To go down to there is then a 6 by a 6. Right, so it's an equal kind of bend space. So if I did bring this back in down to here, I've got to then somehow connect this to there as well, which that is where the issue then kind of comes from, all of this. And if I kind of bend this out like that, the problem you've got is the clipping issue, meaning that you would want to then move this 1, 2, 3 down. So you get the overpass, which is not a problem. I might need to move these down a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, doing it by 10 then just kind of completely changes the whole perception of this then for me, doesn't it? Like, I don't need now to kind of bend it in as awkwardly as it once was. I can now run alongside it, which is glorious. So here, 5 up by, we'll go 6. Now the numbers are changing. It's now a 7 by a 7. To then bring it right down. To then cut it in. Now, we probably should have done this with the little slip road style. So then cut that in like that. Oh wow, that's gone a bit funky. And obviously you only allow it to kind of make that one turn to go in a certain direction. So the whole thing is just a complete bypass. That's all it is. It's a complete and up and over bypass. And that's all it needs to be. So in terms of the lanes then, we then change this up. So we're not going to allow them to come out and make a left turn. That is now not on the cards. So you can still... You know what? I won't even allow these guys... Oh, do I merge them over to that side so I can keep this one here free? Yes. So straight ahead. All this here does is go that way. If anybody is on that lane, still stick them over. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. So should be no issues, no dramas. If you want to come from obviously this way to turn in, you're going to have to go up and round the roundabout and come back down. So, yes, that goes bam, bam. And just in case, this is obviously go straight ahead that way. So play mode then. It should alleviate the traffic because... Oh, is there traffic lights now? There we go. Because they can now flow on uninterrupted. These can flow out uninterrupted as well. La-di-da. So we should see more movement over here now as well. A lot more movement, which means we get more imports and exports because obviously more vehicles coming in and out. And it kind of helps the garbage as well. Oh, is there... Hang on, we got to make sure now that these vehicles also flow through. Want it as flowy as we can get it, boys. As flowy as we can get it. And it will take a minute or two right now for this whole backlog to figure out what lanes they now need to be in. Because all of a sudden, they now got to get into the left lane if they want to go straight ahead. If they're in the right lane, they're turning right. So you got to get them to sort themselves out, which is why this little backlog is going to take a minute to decipher the new systems. But it shall work out. It's a lot cleaner. We've seen a lot more movement. And you can now start to see that these guys are already getting into the left lane as they approach anyway. So last few vehicles need to sort themselves out. And it should all flow quite nice. It should all flow quite nice. Right. That should be kind of semi-ish fixed. Hopefully. How are we doing over here anyway with all this new industrial area? Working pretty well. Have we seen much of a change around here right now? It's tough to kind of say if we are or not, because there's so much commercial wanting the goods. It's a bit of a toughie. We are importing less. That's why I've got to keep reminding myself. So if we're importing less, it means we're producing more. Because the needs are still the same. The needs are still the same. It doesn't help that I built more commercial. Obviously, that goes against us because they also need some goods as well. But it's happening. That's the main thing. It's slowly happening. We're getting some more industrial coming in. Where's that road anyway? And so that's now a little bit more flowy, as you can now see. We've got a beautiful little overpass on the go. And hopefully it all works out in the end. Hopefully it all does work out in the end. Right, not bad. No more health issues over here, which is good to see. Quite happy about that. Very happy about that. 3 helicopters in use. Do I hear another one? Yeah, there's one over there just flying about as well. Very good, sir. Very good, very good, very good. Very good. There's some issues over here with some people being sick. It's the noise pollution again. So again, checking out the noise pollution. We can see where it is coming from. So it's a case of just kind of bulking it up in areas. And how much does it change it once it does update? Takes a slight edge off. I mean, it's a big commercial strip. You're not really going to be able to win by much. It's a big commercial strip just going through there, but it takes a little bit of the heat off. It's probably the best way to pull it, isn't it? Right, okay then. So we've got more goods being produced. Let's take a look at these service points for these guys. So these are our large service points. We've got 2 there. We've also got another 4 here. And we've got a small warehouse over here for commercial goods. I have another warehouse, where is it? Over here for commercial goods as well. So I've got the ability to store commercial goods locally as well as having service points here, there and everywhere. Now these service points aren't really overwhelmed because that's a waste transfer facility, mate. Come on. They're not really overwhelmed because we've only got 1 truck in use. At the moment, we only really have 1 truck in use. Policies deliver everything. All buildings within this area get cargo deliveries and garbage service by, even if they're not placed on pedestrian roads. Yeah, deliver everything. Deliver everything. That way, we can guarantee that they always get the goods. All right. Just deliver everything, boys. Just get me the goods to them. Just get the goods to them right now. Okay, so I bet the pollution's really bad. Well, the noise pollution's really bad around this area, isn't it? Yeah. I could bulk it up again with some more trees in like I mean, it's also one of those weird things as well where it's like it's just a high polluted area. How much are you even going to win with placing these down? So we're taking a little bit of the heat off it. A little bit. But at the end of the day, it ain't going to be much. It ain't going to be much. I can kind of also reduce the vehicles from the highway. How much does that kind of change it? Oh, do you know what? It actually does work quite a bit. But we also have this space here to utilize too. That actually works quite a bit by planting down so many trees underneath the highway. I also like that idea as well. I really do. Right, this road is still all pretty swiggity swag. This is quite a busy road with the vehicles coming in and out, but it flows wonderfully right now. It really does flow wonderfully. Just waiting for these. Got to wait their turn for the turn and on and offs. How's the other road that kind of also goes out as well? Is that as busy? That's not as busy. It's not as busy, which is interesting. So, are we starting to see more vehicles now skedoodling around these areas? Or am I still waiting for them to kind of make their approach? What is that thing anyway? It delivers everything. All buildings within this area get cargo deliveries and garbage service via service points, even if they're not placed on pedestrian roads. Oh, I get you. And what vehicle is that? That is a... Oh, it's a hearse. It's a hearse, boys. Now, is this area complaining less? I'm going to go out on a whim and say yes, it is. It is starting to complain a lot less. Interesting. If I zoom out, it's not as complaining anymore, is it? So that worked. I think it's all now pushing in the right direction, isn't it? To be honest with you. It is all going slightly in the right direction. So imports now then, they're gone slightly up. But what you're seeing right now is more import for agricultural products than goods. It shows you that we are producing more goods because the imports have gone way down for just those. Very interesting. I feel like we've made some good progress. I feel like I've kind of understood the game a little bit more today in a really weird way. It's not often I learn much in this game, and I think we can all agree on that. But yeah, what is the noise pollution around here? So noise pollution is not too high around here. Let me bring this back up and then place it down. It's not too high around here, but little sections like this we fill in. How does that change the train station pollution? The more we can reduce the noise pollution, the better, obviously. So it would be nice to try and, you know, do as much as we can. I mean, I don't want to go OTT with all these trees. How much does it change this area? Nice. It's just subtle changes. It's just enough that you kind of notice it. And I know there's going to be a lot of pollution, ground pollution for these trees around this area. But it can't be nice living kind of close by to all of this, can it really? So how much can we reduce? Did it just update then, right in front of my eyes? There we go. A little bit of noise pollution reduction, which is always a big help. It always is a really, really big help for us. So we can't complain too much. Look how green this now looks. Damn! Very green. I don't know if that is the right decision to be made about it, but, you know. Still works. Still works. So our pedestrian areas right now. Oh, not a single complaint. Not a single complaint. This is great. So hopefully all of our other kind of commercial areas will follow suit. But we have solved some big issues, boys. Big issues. But solving big issues reveals other issues. So you can't be too complacent because stuff will still happen. Like this island over here. Okay, only the one side's now complaining. Oh, they're still complaining as well. But it's not as bad, the complaints. And they just got some goods as well. I just spotted them. That symbol disappear then. So commercial vehicles are still able to get over here. But they're not coming as often as I would like in reality, are they? No. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. We'll have to keep our eye on it. But I think we've done some good progress there. I'm really quite happy with this. 145,000 people now currently living on our isolated island, which is not so isolated anymore. But yeah, not much now remaining, guys, before this series does come to an end. So if there's anything that you want to see me implement, let me know in the comment section down below. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.